Pregame.com.
Boys are back for their second of two Mountain West Conference videos. This one will feature the UNLV Runnin Rebels. They're on the road, coming off a tough loss, and boy, tough to say the least. And Rebs are struggling, but they should have won the game up in Boise. They now turn their attention to San Diego State. No time to fret, because if you do, you're going to get your butt kicked again.
UNLV should have won a few games that they've lost so far. And they were lucky to win a couple of the games that they won, because you go back and turn the clock back to the beginning of the season when they had a couple of teams come in that, you know.
Wright State, Sam Houston State.
Yeah, and they probably won those games on officials' calls. They got the benefit of some home cooking.
There you go.
And got out of there with those two wins. UNLV is a disappointing team. They've got some real issues. One of them is that the coach is just not getting through to the players. And if you watch this team during timeouts, you got guys looking around, not really paying attention. You got guys who are not following instructions when they go on the court. There were two incidents in the game the other night against Boise State where, just because of the way it was configured, I guess I could hear Rice yelling particular instructions, and he yelled two occasions. He yelled specific instructions to Chris Wood, and Chris Wood then went out and did it completely the opposite of what Rice told him to do. After the game, I think Dave Rice was the most upset I've seen him as UNLV coach. He was not happy with the team's response to instructions. The last play, I mean, in regulation, when they had a chance to win, Rice is waving like this for Vaughn to drive. Vaughn doesn't. He stands outside, takes an NBA three-pointer, which is a low percentage shot, misses it, and then they get swamped in overtime. So I think what we're going to find out is what kind of character UNLV has as they approach this game with San Diego State, because if they get whacked in this game, you could be looking at a really bad season. The Mountain West is not a great league this year, but it's a balanced league. And, you know, outside of San Jose State, almost anybody can knock off almost anybody. San Diego State, of course, at the other end of that spectrum.
And to, you know, some of the other programs like the Fresno States and those middle-of-the-road teams many years, they'll look forward to taking out their frustrations on UNLV from over the years, getting their butts kicked.
Yeah, look, Nevada's beaten them 3 times in a row now, including the game earlier this season. And that's a Nevada team that, by the way, has subsequently lost at home to Fresno State and got beaten by
56 last night.
56 points on Wednesday night. 56. They were down 55-12 at the half.
I know.
What?
It was ugly, no doubt. I saw 25-3. I said, that's not.
I got to tell you this quick, because I had not been paying attention to that game.
Okay.
I was watching some other games, and I go to my my scoreboard. Okay. And I see the halftime score, and I'm going, well, that can't be right. So now I'm going to various websites to try and check and see if the score is actually right. I went to the Mountain West website, and it's like, holy crap. And how's this? You got a team up by 43 at the half, and then they covered the second half line as well.
Yeah, that is unreal. We had some wild stuff go on. The Fresno State game was my play. They ended up pushing the line of 11.
I had that game,
11 and a half. But
they were up 21 inside 7 minutes. They were still up 18 inside 3 minutes.
Crazy.
Against the team that's got a sub walk-ons, that's how thin they are, and San Jose State sneaks back to get a push. Oh, well.
When you go through the play-by-play and you'll look and you'll see they were up 13 with 10 seconds to go, and they fouled.
They fouled, yeah. Thanks.
And then after the 2 free throws are made, then San Jose State fouls with 8 seconds, down 11. Makes no sense.
Unfortunately, our 80+% foul should have bricked a free throw.
Paul Watson, yes. Not good. But,
oh, well.
Oh, yeah. It's life in college basketball. Yep. If you're going to get into it, don't watch every game and think your team's going to go wire to wire. You'll kill yourself.
Well, but do check out the flow of games to find out if you had a right side that ended up wrong or a wrong side where you happen to get lucky, because that's going to impact your handicapping down the road. You want to know that you're making good decisions.
No
good
doubt.
Decisions don't always work out.
But you can go back a lot of these games, though, and go back to the final and the play-by-play as opposed to watching it continuously, because I know sometimes I'll catch up.
No, listen, I can't watch every game. I watch a lot of games, but I can't watch everyone, and that's why it's nice to have, like ESPN.com. You can get the play-by-play at every single game.
Exactly. All right, well, the Runnin Rebels into San Diego to the Viejas Center. Tough place to play with the show going on. Dave Cokin, this is going to be your free play. It's going to be a first half play, and we're looking at right around -5 San Diego State, first half against UNLV.
Should be.
All right, Dave Cokin, this is your free play. Go ahead and make it official.
All right, San Diego State hosting UNLV, and you're looking at probably about 9 on the full game. I think the better bet here is going to be UNLV in the first half. There's some reasons for this. Of course there's reasons for this. No, I'm just flipping a coin. San Diego State is coming off a very big game. And they're going to be up for UNLV. Viejas is going to be rocking. So I don't think there's a letdown, but nevertheless, they might not be as sharp early as they will be later on. And there's two reasons for that. UNLV has a tendency to be sharp early and get worse as the game continues. Teams clamp down on their defense, and the Rebels really get very confused at times on the offensive end. Also, UNLV has a tendency to wear down physically on the defensive end. They are, unfortunately, a soft basketball team, and I don't like using that terminology on any team, but if you've watched the Rebels play, they're just freaking soft, okay? They cave in defensively and allow way too much penetration. They give up an inordinate amount of offensive boards. That's a bad thing against San Diego State, which hits the boards about as well as anybody. But I think the Rebels are going to be live for a while in this game, just as they have in almost every game they've played this year. Because of their athletic ability, they usually are able to get in games at the outset, do some good things, take leads, and certainly be battlers for at least the first half. It's later on when their inexperience starts to show, and I actually think they get physically worn down. You take a guy like Chris Wood, who, by the way, Chris Wood had a dunk in the Boise State game and then flexed. Don't do that anymore, okay? Somebody I know he's not watching this, so somebody who's watching this knows Chris Wood, tell him, that looks stupid. It looks basically like me flexing. It's an idiot. You don't have the body for it, dude, okay? You look stupid. But on a more serious note, Wood's lack of strength shows at the end of games on a consistent basis. So the youth, the size, and just the general reluctance to stay tough for 40 minutes gets the Rebels in trouble, and I think that's what's going to happen to them in the second half of this basketball game. But in the first half, I think it's going to be close. To me, that's where the value is. UNLV has to be a little bit fired up after losing their last couple of games of meaning. They had the 40-point blowout over or whatever it was against San Jose, but I don't even count that. But the Nevada game and then the Boise game that they kind of just blew because they were up 5 with about 4 minutes to go in that game. I think they come out with a sense of purpose in what is their biggest road game against the arch rival San Diego State. UNLV plus 4.5, 5 in that range. First half only. That's my play.
There you go. And again, got to know where Akil Quinn is. He's pretty good when he gets going. But you're right, not a lot of great shooters. O'Brien on occasion.
No, even in Wyoming, they shot 37%.
There you go.
They're not a good shooting team. And that's probably why, Sweet 16 is about as far as they can go in the NCAA tournament. The offense just isn't going to be good enough to get them past that. But San Diego State is the best coached team in the league and just so solid in fundamentals. They just bring it for 40 minutes with the basics every night. There's nothing fancy about them. They're just playing good.
Dave, you and I are old school, and when you think of a guy like Mark Aguirre that used his butt to basically box out, we don't see that from the Rebels a lot. Everybody's straight up and not getting the bigger bodies are good, going right through them.
They need better conditioning because the team wilts physically and mentally in basketball games. It's easy to blame it all on Rice, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I think Dave's doing a great job, but one of the problems of going after the high-level recruits is they think they know everything about how to play basketball already. And unless they've got a coach who's a real son of a bitch and can get through to them, sometimes they turn more into individuals than team players. I think we've had a lot of that at UNLV the last few years. That's the hazard of going after the big names. Personally, you give me the 3-star kids that are going to be there for 4 years. I'd rather have them. That's just my take.
I like to see the kids hitting the floor for the loose balls, all that good stuff. That's old school ball.
I want the Wichita State guys.
There you go.
They might not have a single NBA player on the team.
I'll take Baker and Van Vliet all day.
I don't care. They're going to be there for a whole lot of time, 3 or 4 years, and they function as a unit, and the program's really good every year. UNLV can be that. They don't have to get every 5-star out there.
All right, well, let's hope the Rebels can get it together for a full 40 minutes. And
I'll take 20.
Yeah, Dave's got the play for 20, but I'm hoping they can win a game on the road in San Diego and get some momentum and maybe get back into this thing in the Mountain West. It's going to do it for us. We'll be back next week. We'll keep things going on the college hardwood. Ken Thomson, Dave Cokin, have a great weekend. Enjoy the NFL playoff games. Go Colts. They surprised me last week. Dave's a Pats guy.
I'm a New Englander.
Yeah, no, for me, go Colts. For you, to go New England.
Yeah, but the thing is, I probably won't be betting the Patriots, so.
We don't want to give that away. You go to.
But no, I haven't made a decision on that yet. Actually, I have, and I won't be playing either team full game. I'll give you that, okay?
There you go. All right. Dave Cokin keeping you in suspense on pregame.tv.